She had 16 kills against Stanford this past week, and they swept the Cardinals, and she's just out there digging, blocking, serving. She's got it all, and I can't wait to see how she keeps it. If she's playing this well now, this early on, I can't wait to see how it keeps going.
Absolutely, in her final season in Austin. Now, Eggleston will be in the starting lineup, but there are a number of changes around her. Some new faces getting a start tonight against UC Davis. Melanie Parra for the first time this season. We saw her a lot last year, but getting her first start of this year tonight. Kayla Caffey, the transfer from Nebraska as well. And as we said, some changes in the starting lineup this evening for Texas. And UC Davis starts off with a service error. The Aggies come in 4-2 overall on the season. Texas, of course, 4-0, couple of wins against a ranked Ohio State team. They took down a top 10 Minnesota team, and they beat Stanford this past weekend on the road. Jared Elliott called it maybe the most impressive performance of the season as they took down the Cardinal 3-1. And the point for Texas as they're off to the quick 2-0 start against the Aggies. Melanie Parra with the point. Parra, a player who was one of the best servers in the nation a year ago, coming into tonight. Had played 3 sets all year, all 3 coming in the last 2 matches.
I saw her serving earlier today, and I'm very excited to see it live in action tonight because she was just skimming the top of that tape with some major heat behind it.
UC Davis getting their first points of the night. So again for Texas, Jared Elliott missing a game due to COVID protocol for the second time in 3 years. How much of an impact do you think that has? Does that disrupt Texas's rhythm at all?
I have a feeling that obviously they're going to miss him, but I think the way that this program has been running and what he's talked to us about this year, that everyone's in it all together, that they're going to take it, move forward, and just focus on the match tonight and try to handle these Aggies.
And we know Coach is watching. We wish you well, Coach, and hope you get back on the sideline soon. But we do want to point out Eric Sullivan undefeated as head coach of the Longhorns during his 12-year tenure at 1-0, as you mentioned, with the win over Texas State a few years ago. Connor with the dive. UC Davis returns the favor. The block by Texas. As Olivia Utterback, this one tapped over. And the point for Texas. So Bella Bergmark, there's been some changes in the jerseys throughout the first few matches of the season. Bergmark has worn 5 or 45 for some matches. Tonight she is wearing number 5, but this is a player that transferred from Cal Bergmark. When we asked Jared Elliott earlier this week, who's been the biggest surprise for you? He said, oh, definitely Bergmark. She has been just unreal. He didn't realize how dominant defensively she was as a powerhouse offensively as well.
Yeah, she's really getting some good blocks up there and adding to the middle and to their offense. And while she was at Cal, she was ranked number 4 in the Pac-12 for hitting percentage. So she's definitely going to be a great part of this offense, and as they try to get the middles even more involved here with the Texas offense.
Meanwhile, Melanie Parra taking advantage of the start. 3 kills on 4 swings for the returning Longhorn. And the Longhorns quickly out to the 6-1 lead. So Texas, again, just off to an absolutely terrific start this year. And after those 4 wins against ranked teams, again, taking on a UC Davis squad that's 4-2, they'll have tomorrow off, Texas will. And then they'll resume action Friday against Denver, who just got into town. Denver and UC Davis will meet up here at the Greg tomorrow.
And the UC Davis Aggies are coming off a huge win where Coach Dan Connor said almost everyone on the court had one of their best games so far this year, really digging well and getting that defensive rhythm going for their team, and great serving as well.
How about Melanie Parra, the sophomore who was top 5 in the nation a year ago in aces?
And
it's not her serve that's doing the damage. She's just getting a number of kills early on in this one.
Well, she has come out with that hammer from the beginning, and that is exactly what set that tip play up for her. The defense is back waiting for the hammer, and she just comes in with a beautiful approach and tips it right over the block.
4 kills, hitting 800 in the early moments of this match. Another point for Texas, and it's a quick 8-2 lead.
Davis trying to get that set up to the middle, but just a little bit too off.
You see a number of new faces starting here, or at least faces that we haven't seen in the starting lineup in a while for Texas. And Jared Elliott told us it's the deepest team he's ever had. He said practices are like nothing he's ever seen. You have basically all-stars, all-Americans going against each other every day in practice, and that depth showing up early tonight. Longhorns out to the 9-2 lead over UC Davis. From Sinaloa, Mexico, off to the hot start. 4 of the Longhorns' 5 kills so far, hitting 800 again at her first start of the season, Nicole.
And she can really play. Some days Coach Elliott had said she is the best player here in the gym, and as we mentioned before break, at practices, it's almost, you've got 2 top 5, top 4 teams out on the court playing against each other, just getting that competition day in and day out. Just can only make your team better.
Texas unable to keep that one alive, and UC Davis with the point. The Aggies started off the year 3-0, took down UT Arlington, North Dakota, and Montana. But then they went 0-2 at the Oregon Invitational, including a loss to number 18 Oregon. And head coach Dan Connors said, you know what, our team is a little too excited, a little too anxious for that matchup. And he said, listen, going into tonight, this is the first time we have ever played the #1 team in the nation. Never in program history has UC Davis faced the top squad in the country. It's just one match. Let's go out there and enjoy it. Dan Connors in his 9th season in charge, 4th all-time winningest coach in program history.
And those teams that are considered the underdog come out sometimes with nothing to lose and give you the best games you'll ever seen, upset teams, so they are very dangerous.
Megan Len, the sophomore from Daly City, California, leading the team in aces with 11 of them so far on the season. There is Bergmark. She just continues to impress. Right now, 2nd best hitter on the team, hitting .370 on the season, and 2nd in blocks for the Longhorns as well. The transfer from Cal.
She's doing a great job behind that setter with a slide, as we just saw on the replay there.
They've got overshadowed a bit in the offseason with all the All-American transfers, as that one took an awkward bounce off of her. Kayla Caffey coming over, Madison Skinner, Zoe Fleck as well, but Bergmark has been as good as anybody so far 4 matches into the season. Shira Lahav, the junior from Israel, serving it up for UC Davis. And the point for the freshman, Devin Kahahawai from Hawaii, the Gatorade Player of the Year out of Hawaii, a top 10 recruit in the nation, making it 10-5, or 11-5 Longhorns. Point Texas as that one went off of Utterback and out of play. Longhorns up by 7. Jenna Ewert, another transfer, this one coming from Colorado, getting the start tonight. All Pac-12 honorable mention a season ago. Finished top 10 in assists in program history. Meanwhile, the Aggies trying to hang around here in set number 1.
Rudakovic with a nice slide behind the setter, just a nice little tip over the block. And that's one thing these Aggies will need to do with Texas having such a great block, is mixing up your shots, coming in, using those high hands, getting it to that open spot right behind the blocker.
Cassie Newman, sophomore from San Clemente, California, serving. And Molly Phillips finishing for Texas.
And Molly Phillips has been playing so well for the Longhorns. Against Stanford, she had 10 kills with no errors. And she is coming in here again tonight and just going to have another great night. going right through the seam of that block.
And the halter, the freshman serving. There she is with the dig. That one kept alive somehow. Utterback got a piece of it. There's the block by the Aggies.
Texas wanted a little touch on that, but I don't think it quite hit her hands. And kind of a ping pong rally here, going back and forth off of the Aggies over the net. Here comes Caffey in the middle, kind of block bounces back on her, chicken wing up.
Terrific defense. Lahab and Utterback were there. UC Davis already, as we said, playing the #1 team in the nation for the first time in program history. And they're doing it without their top offensive player. Amara Imufua out for the season after playing just one set this year. Molly Phillips, meanwhile, absolutely smashes one home for the point for Texas.
And she is doing it from both ends of the pin. We saw outside earlier. Now here she is from the right side, a little quicker tempo back set to keep that blocker guessing and hoping to have only one blocker in front of her.
That one off of Fleck.
Olivia Utterback says, I can bring the heat too.
Second on the team in kills, the all Big West Conference first teamer. Makes it a 14-8 match.
Just snuck that right by Para, right down the line.
Lana Radakovic serving, team leader in hitting percentage. 4 aces on the year, and there is number 5. Aggies pull back within 5, hanging around here in set number 1.
And the head coach, Dan Connors of UC Davis, said if their serving game is on and put good pressure on them, they're going to be able to keep up and get some points and score. And against a Texas team that's siding out at like a very high percentage of about 70% so far this year, you really do have to serve tough from that end line.
Serving for the Longhorns, Keonile Akana, a sophomore transfer from Nebraska. 3 aces on the young season, second most on the Longhorns. 66 for her career. Bergmark denied. Ewert back to Bergmark, and the UC Davis block is there.
Nice block by Megan Len there, getting in front of her and pressing her hands over, sealing the net. Hard to cover those balls when you really get those hands over and that ball just drops right down in front of the 10-foot line.
Para taps it over. Sliding in was Megan Len. The point for Texas. Well, UC Davis, I think the goal was not to let Texas run away with it early on and let the crowd here at Gregory Gym get into it.
I have a feeling the crowd gets into it anyway here. They're always ready to go, and it's like another player for Texas on their side.
Melanie Para leading the team in kills right now with 5 on 7 swings. Battle at the top of the net.
Looks like she was over the net. If the ball doesn't break the plane of the net, you cannot reach over. Texas could have had a chance to play that ball if they were ready and dig that one back up for set up the partner and get it over the net, but you cannot reach or break the plane.
We know Coach Elliott is watching. Again, feel better soon. Coach, get back with the team, but I know Melanie Para is trying to prove to Coach, maybe I deserve a little bit more playing time. Melanie Para hitting .714 right now. 5 kills on 7 swings. Texas blockers there. Akana. Ewert. Julia Ing was there on the back row for the Aggies. Bergmark is there twice, and UC Davis ends up with the point.
Cassie Newman with a very great play there in the middle, going up to block the middles. Seeing that ball coming over, just a one-handed little block cover, and thanks for the good set. I'll put it down now.
Again, it's Well, the official score has it 16-11 in the arena. We'll see if we get that change. So it should now be 16-12.
Megan Lunn here with a beautiful hand on the ball. That ball just dying right in front of Zoe Fleck. In between her and Melanie. I would love to see Davis, after an ace, keep Texas on their toes, keep that ball in the court, keep the pressure on them, trying to keep up with their side-out game. But we've got a good serve going. Go right back to that same spot and see if they're gonna figure it out.
Longhorns hitting 400 so far in set number 1. UC Davis hitting 190. Serving for the Longhorns, Riley Heinrich getting her first action of the season. Played in 11 matches over the previous 2 years. A local product out of Georgetown. So the score is still, it's 17-13 as play continues. Shira Lahav, 7 aces coming into this one. A little bit too far there.
Just outside of the line. Thought that was gonna maybe drop right there on that end line, but notice at Texas, they followed that ball all the way to the back.
Jenna Ewert, 1 ace as a Longhorn, 68 career aces going back to her time at Colorado.
Double call there for Ewert, just didn't quite get under it. The ball was a little bit tight to the net, tried to make the best of it. Couldn't quite get that out clean, so a double was called.
It's back to a 4-point match. Score off a little bit on your screen. It's actually 18-14 Longhorns. Serving is Cassie Newman for UC Davis. That one absolutely smashed by Damari Webb, the redshirt junior out of Highland, California.
If you can't get it from your setter, that's a nice set from the other team to just go up and smash. She was ready, alert for that ball. And a great put away.
Nicole, it is a 3-point set right now with the #1 team in the nation, Texas, facing unranked UC Davis. Molly Phillips denied, and the point for the Aggies, who are now within 2.
And the sidelines are going crazy. As you can see, all the players are celebrating, but you know, those kind of different off plays are catching Texas off guard right now.
This is not going to help Jared Elliott feel better, but keep in mind also a number of players not normally in the starting lineup getting the call tonight for Texas. What do you make of the Longhorns' performance so far?
Well, they've got some new players in there, so they're just trying to work out some of those kinks, some of the sets and the plays. You know, a big part of it is when you get some new players in there, communication, talking, maybe over-talking a little bit more, so you know exactly what's going on, calling the ball early. But Davis is just getting some plays out there, and Texas isn't quite ready for them, those digs, but you got to be ready. As soon as the ball's over there, get back to your position, ready for anything.
Melanie Parra with 5 kills by herself. The rest of the Longhorns with 5 combined. As for UC Davis, Aggies have bumped their hitting percentage up to .280 tonight. They come in again 4-2 overall. Coming off one of their best matches of the year, 16 blocks against Sacramento State. But again, without their top scorer, who is done for the season, Amara Imufua, but they are playing like there's absolutely no pressure on them tonight.
And that's what you got to do when you come into the #1 team's house, right, in the country. You come out here with nothing to lose, get out here, play volleyball, and as head coach Dan Connors said, is we just need to keep that balance. Against Oregon, it was a little bit, you know, too much excitement, too much nerves. So I can imagine coming into this Gregory Gym with all the fans, the band, everything, the history. You just got to come in one ball at a time and focus on your side of the court and what you can control.
And keep in mind, these are the starters we have not seen tonight for Texas. Logan Eggleston, Asia O'Neal, Madison Skinner. So you have to factor that in as well when you look at the scores. Play ready to resume. Cassie Newman. Too far.
And that was a good timeout for Texas, trying to break the server's rhythm. Aggies were on a little bit of a roll there, so take the timeout and rebalance.
5th service error of the set already by UC Davis. None so far for Texas. Halter serving. Diving for that one was Zoe Fleck. Second time they've gotten a point off one that Fleck couldn't handle cleanly, although that was a stretch for her to get to that one, and we're back to a 2-point match.
And a great adjustment by Megan Len on that. Little footwork there at the end to keep the ball in front of her.
And with a couple of kills. Caffey.
Davis in the net there, trying to get in front of that block and press over, but just tag in the net. And if you don't know, you can't touch the net in volleyball. So there we go on Davis. Just kind of swing those arms down into the top of the net. Pressing a little too much.
This is just the 4th set. Caffey has played as a Longhorn 3 sets against Ohio State and didn't play in the next 2 matches. But the All-American transfer getting some action. 2-point opening set, 20-18. Serving it up is Hayden Bones, the freshman out of Whittier, California. 3 aces on the season. Service error number 6 for UC Davis. You know, going back to our last match, the home opener, Minnesota had 19 service errors. And the crowd obviously was a factor in that one, and nerves played a part there. How much of that is a factor right here? Nerves, UC Davis facing #1 Texas in their gym.
Oh, I'm sure there's some of that in there too. You know, trying to get in and knowing that you need to serve tough against a great Texas side-out offensive team.
That one kicked out of play. And Jenna Ewert and the Longhorns
bringing all the sports in here tonight. Soccer, volleyball.
UC Davis doing anything possible, using every limb to try and keep it alive.
And that is totally legal, just so you know. You can do that. So I've seen it before. I've had a player before kick the ball behind and go over the net, and play continues. So that is illegal contact. No, I got to start practicing that for you know, comeback time.
One more look at that one. Olivia Utterback, the sophomore from Plainfield, Indiana. Just a little tap over there. It's a great point.
It was a little tight, but I got to say, that wasn't a bad set if it was just a little bit more off the net. Nice height.
Great point. That is legal. Texas's side-out percentage tonight, 74%. And it was 70 entering tonight. Just an extremely impressive number, to say the least, for the Longhorns.
Talked to Coach Eric Sullivan before the match, and he said against Stanford, I mean, they really played so well against Stanford. Stanford's ranked #11 currently, but a 3-0 sweep, and you know, scores with 25-18. That's, you know, that's a big difference there. So he said they just had great offensive rhythm, passed the ball well, and they're ready and here taking care of business. I'm very impressed with that victory.
The review in this one, as we get another look. We continue to await word on what exactly the review is about, as UC Davis challenged the call. The call stands. It is point Texas. Just whether it was in or out. So the Longhorns up by 4. Kionele Akana serving. 63 aces in 2 seasons with Nebraska. Halter, the freshman, was there. Melanie Parr, she's been almost unstoppable tonight. Fleck. Ewert setting up Parra. The Aggies' block was ready. Bergmark. Oh, what a dig by Cassie Newman. Tapped tipped over. Ewert diving for it for the Longhorns. Para, that one bounces in. Texas with the harder 23rd point of the set.
And what a great rally that was from both sides of the net, making some great digs by the Aggies, but in the end, Texas really coming in and taking care of business. Now, in my opinion, this ball that comes off the net, I think the Aggies could have covered that. So that was a missed opportunity there. It was a good touch off the block. Watch here at the end. Someone's got to get that ball and call it. Middle blocker, looking up at it, turn and get that ball up for your team.
Texas on a mini 3-0 run. Melanie Para with a match-high 6 kills. No one else has more than 3 for either team, hitting 600. And again, in her first start of the season, an impressive performance for the returning Longhorn.
She's coming out here wanting to get on that court and taking advantage of this great opportunity to play. And like we said, they have such a deep team at each position. Even the setting position, as Coach Elliott said when we had the call a couple weeks ago to kick the season off, it was still up in the air. What are we going to do? We've got great setters. We got to figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, that's another player we didn't even mention who is not playing tonight, at least so far, as Sage Ka'aha-Aina Torres, SKT as they call her, number 6 in the nation in assists per set. So SKT, Eggleston, Skinner, O'Neal, all have yet to see action tonight. Longhorns have yet to lose a first set this season.
Close to keeping that streak alive right here, 2 points away. Side out percentage you can see on the screen, 70%. So that means 7 out of 10 balls that they get served, they are scoring on. And that's huge. Keeping those errors down and just an excellent job on offense. And right now, 74% tonight against UC Davis Aggies.
Yeah, and Jared Elliott said, listen, I'm way more concerned with error percentage than hitting percentage. And he said that's why the winning at Stanford was so impressive. They had just 13 errors in a big victory on the road against a ranked team. Kana backed up in. Fleck. Ewert. Para has to reach back for that one. Setting up Para again. Utterback, Akana. The rally going back and forth, and another point for Melanie Para. Set point all the way for the Longhorns.
She is loving that behind the block tip, and it is going down every single time. Davis is not able to cover this one. Coming in hard every time like she's gonna crank it and just getting that ball right behind the block. So Davis needs to make an adjustment on that. Get a player up there or maybe get down quicker, turn and try to dig that ball up. But she's having great success on that little chip behind the blocker.
Para with half the Longhorns' kills so far, 7. Hitting .538. The Longhorns on a 4-0 run. Set point at Gregory Gym. Dangerous server in Akana. Wait for that one momentarily. Para! What a fitting end to set number 1. The sophomore with her 8th kill of the match. And the Longhorns go up 1-0, finishing off the set on a 5-0 run as Para hitting .571 so far to start things off for the Horns.
Texas Volleyball on Longhorn Network is brought to you by Austin Junior Volleyball. Learn and train with champions.
Melanie Para's career high in kills is 13 in a match. She's more than halfway there, Nicole, after delivering 8 kills, hitting .571 in set number 1.
And she has shown us she can come in with the hammer and heat it up, or she can come in with a beautiful tip right behind the block. She has seen the court so well and making great decisions on her offense, and that's something that can elevate your game. Just making the right decision with whatever set you're getting. There was one set there that kind of flew by her, but did she make an error? No, she kept the ball in the court, which will then give Texas another chance to get the ball back and try to score. So very impressive play by her so far tonight.
And Para, best known for her serving, doesn't have an ace tonight, but it hasn't hurt Texas. Overall, in set number 1, the Longhorns hit 406. UC Davis hung in there, hitting 265. 12 kills for the Aggies, who battled against a Texas squad that right now is resting 4 starters. Eggleston, O'Neal, SKT, and Skinner yet to play this evening.
And how amazing is it to be able to have some more great players to put right on the court, have confidence in them, and knowing that your coach trusts you and has confidence can only help your game as well and your own confidence.
Set number 2 underway. And Texas with the point again, in case you missed it. Jarrett Elliott, head coach of Texas, out for tonight's match due to COVID protocols. The second time that has occurred with Coach Elliott over the last 3 seasons. So longtime assistant Eric Sullivan at the helm for tonight's match. Caffey tapped it. Para diving for that one was Newman. And the Longhorns out to the 2-0 lead in the second set.
I love that little quick set there by Ewart to the outside. Knowing her hitter, getting that ball there.
Well, Coach Elliott told us earlier in the week that a number of players who hadn't seen a lot of action this year would play tonight. There's a player we've seen regularly, Zoe Fleck, with a great diving dig on the back end for Texas. And Caffey and the Horns get the point. Kayla Caffey, as you see Fleck there celebrating with her players. Fleck with the dig. Kayla Caffey got the point. And Caffey is the transfer from Nebraska who's in her 7th collegiate season of eligibility. Nicole, when she was a freshman in 2016, the current group of Texas freshmen were only in 7th grade.
They were getting pictures with her. Now they're teammates, getting her autograph.
The elder statesman of the group, but back to Melanie Para we go. Texas with 9 straight points.
Beautiful pancake there by Zoe Fleck to keep that ball alive. She just gets everywhere, all over the court. Watch how she throws that hand under there and lifts that ball up.
She is already, this is just her second home match as a Longhorn, and the first one against Minnesota as nobody was home there for Texas.
Smart play by Davis there. The blocker sees all the Longhorns there short, pushing that ball deep into the court.
Fleck's digs have already drawn a number of oohs and ahs from the crowd at Gregory Gym in that home opener. There were nearly 5,000 fans there. And Texas was back in action Friday against Denver. Serving it up for the Aggies, Lana Radakovich. Another service error, number 7 for UC Davis. Texas has yet to commit 1.
Most of these Davis serves are going long, so let's take a little step back maybe on the court or take a little bit off that pop, but you got to keep that ball in the court. Try to serve them short if you can, disrupt the Texas offense.
Fleck, the 2-time Pac-12 Libero of the Year. Para denied.
Great block there with Josephine O. Josie O, as Coach Connors said that she's called, pressing over the net.
It's the tallest player in program history at 6'6" with the block. Utterback with the serve. Fleck diving for that one, kept it in play. Para taking a little bit off that one. There is Zoe. Zoe Fleck is just everywhere defensively for Texas. Molly Phillips with another point.
Beautiful set. Great arch on that set, coming in with a high arm. Really able to get on top of that ball. Going down to that middle back position.
Phillips' 3rd kill of the night, 2nd most on the Longhorns.
Maybe we should track Zoe Fleck's steps one of these games. Get a little tracker on her, see how many she's tallying up.
Yeah, getting plenty of exercise. I mean, so many highlight reel digs by Fleck already early in the young season for Texas. Para with the thunder.
Nice set coming in off the pin there with a little hut, trying to get in between those blockers, and Ewart is doing an excellent job mixing up this offense.
Melanie Para with 11 kills, just 2 shy of her career high. Story of the match so far, Melanie Para with a match-high 11 kills. As for UC Davis, Josephine O with a team-high 3. But really the service errors for the Aggies have killed them, 7 of them, and the Longhorn side-out percentage approaching 80. What's an ideal number for you, Nicole?
Well, I think Texas has hit it. They're getting that 70% siding out. And, you know, Davis is missing a lot of serves. They're trying to serve tough against this amazing offense. So, you know, probably some nerves in there. But then
I mean, that number seems incredible, though. That side-out percentage.
Oh, yeah,
like,
very high.
Way
Every
above
time
expectations.
They're getting the ball 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. They are scoring and getting the serve back for them to be on the defensive side there. And as we've seen, they also have great serving weapons.
Oh, what a move by Jenna Ewart, the senior transfer.
But in order to have a high side-out percentage, that means you've got a great first contact, like we just see here from Zoe Fleck. Being able to get the setter a good ball that she can distribute or go on a setter dump, great read there and decision. But if you don't have a good first contact, the setter's not going to be able to set whatever she wants. So they're doing an excellent job of that as well.
Saw that lethal serve from Para a moment ago. Zoe Fleck, that is unreal.
Flying almost practically under the net, but stops herself. Amazing cut there by Davis, but Zoe Fleck reads that, dives it with 2 hands nonetheless, not even 1, but gets 2 on it. Lifts it up. Amazing.
I mean, it's becoming the norm for her. Sensational. UC Davis got the point, however, despite an acrobatic dig number 9 from the transfer. Bergmark with the point.
Looks like a miscommunication there on Davis's end, but ball between 2 players just kind of falls short off the platform.
Bella Bergmark, one of the best hitters in the Pac-12 a season ago, when she hit 380 for Cal. Freshman Sheila Lahab there defensively. The block by Caffey. Lahab spinning for the Aggies. And Caffey denied again.
They're really trying to use Caffey tonight, but right now that connection just seems a little bit off for those front sets. Had a couple plays in the first set that got blocked, covered a little bit, but just not having a good connection at the moment.
And Caffey was an All-American a season ago, but she only arrived on campus here in Austin just last month. Still very new to the Longhorns. Lahab with another tremendous dig for UC Davis. Set it up for Adakovich, and Texas gets the point.
And you know, if one part of the game is not going well, let's focus on another. Caffey can focus on the blocking. The hitting percentage right now a little bit low, -200, but you know what, get the blocks going, see how you can contribute in other ways, and the other part will come around.
With a couple of aces tonight. Zoe Fleck, automatic. There's the block by UC Davis coming alive. And you got to give the Aggies credit. Just like in the first set, it felt like Texas was going to pull away, and back comes UC Davis within 4.
And this is why Rudakovich is one of the best blockers in the conference, really getting over that net and pressing down. And when you're hitting the ball that hard, if that ball gets the right angle, it's going straight down.
Yeah, that was some serious power from the freshman, Devin Kahahawai out of Hawaii. There she is again, and there to meet her at the net was the UC Davis block.
Back-to-back blocks for Davis, and that's what they're going to have to do tonight to get Texas out of their rhythm. But from both ends of the pins, the middle blocker is reading these sets very well and getting there and closing that block.
4 blocks on the night for Davis. Phillips back in the match. Another block and another point We have a 2-point set. Nicole, what do you make of the rally here by the Aggies?
I mean, that's going to help them right now, get a little momentum on their side, but confidence at the net, getting a big block in their faces. And like I said, they're getting a double block on the last 3 plays each time.
Off the ink serve, there is the All-American form from Kayla Caffey.
There it is, and that's what we know she can do. Beautiful connection right there with the setter coming in. Nice set, kill, and you know what? You got to build that connection with the setter and get that rhythm down, and that one was a perfect example. Last
year had 255 kills and 118 blocks with the Huskers. Managed to get a piece of that. Para waits for it. Diving on the back end and out of play off Ing. Point Para and the Horns.
Another smart shot by Para, coming in with a high arm. Not her hardest hit, but just a little off speed, right out of reach of that defender in the position 6, which is middle back.
Halter with the serve. Melanie Para, 1 kill shy of her career high. Phillips.
Okay, Davis.
Yeah, block party here in set number 2.
Beat me to it. Yep. They're doing an excellent job on this blocking, pressing over, and those balls are going straight down. Texas isn't able to cover them. Little celebration there for the Aggies.
Make it 7 blocks compared to 3 for Texas. And again, the Longhorns so far tonight without 4 starters, resting them. Melanie Para. Texas's defense showing up at the net. Fleck, Ewert, Caffey.
Hey, wowzers! Now that was a beautiful hit. Wow, what a great 3 in front of the center. She was just waiting for that ball. Perfect swing. Watch this, in the air, bam, right between those 2 blockers, and I don't think anyone could dig that ball up. Kind of a no look there.
Yeah, Caffey, who had only played 3 sets total in the first 4 matches, rounding into form here.
There she is. Look at that smile on her face, feeling good.
That stopped the UC Davis run. And another Texas point. And Kayla Caffey, again, we talked about all the starters out for Texas. We thought going into the season she'd be an every match starter, considering she's an All-American. What a luxury to have all these starters out, and you still have All-Americans in the starting lineup. Bergmark. And a point for UC Davis.
Hit the net there on the follow through to the swing. But again, at the middle position, lots of competition as well. Can put in any of these middles and have great success.
Service error number 8 for UC Davis. Such a huge difference in this one compared to just 1 service error for the Longhorns.
Don't want to give away any free points to the Texas Longhorns. We've got 8 of them so far.
Keone Leakana, who came over from Nebraska along with Kayla Caffey. Josie O with the point for UC Davis.
Coach Dan Connors said she's been a solid player her entire career and very quick footwork. She moves so well on the court. He tries to show her something with footwork or whatever, she just gets it like that. Very competitive, always wanting to get better. And guess what? She used to be a dancer when she was younger, so I'm guessing that footwork, the dancing helped with the footwork.
She can do it all, and the UC Davis defense doing it all in this set, keeping them alive. We're back to a 3-point set number 2 here in Austin.
Nice solo block there by Damari Webb.
That is the 7th block of the set for UC Davis. They had just 1 block in the first set.
And another one added right there to the stats. But, you know, against Minnesota, we saw a similar thing. The blocking was keeping them in the game.
Timeout called at Gregory Gym. We got a 2-point set here between the Aggies and the Longhorns. and saying, oh no, another Aggies team here. Not the typical one you think of when you think of the Longhorns taking on a squad, but the Aggies of UC Davis giving Texas trouble in set number 2. 8 of their 9 blocks on the night have come in this set, Nicole.
I mean, very impressive. They had a great win against Sacramento State, 3-1, and guess how many blocks they had? 15 blocks. So their blocking game is on point, and they knew they had to bring it tonight against a strong Texas offense, and they really are doing well. If it's on a solo block, the middles are reading well and getting to those pins and really helping get that block up.
Well, if you're interim head coach for Texas tonight, Eric Sullivan, what did you say to your squad there in the timeout?
We just got to take 1 point at a time, make some different decisions, go for those high hands. If they're blocking you a lot, get up, try to tool the tip of their hands so they can't cover it. And also Melanie Parra having a lot of success without short over the block when 2 are up. No, Davis hasn't been able to cover that one. So get those plays back in the mix.
UC Davis may have 9 blocks, but they also now have 9 service errors. There's one for Texas, just their 2nd of the night.
Texas right now hitting negative in this current set. Actually, both teams are, so got to get that offense going. All starts with a good pass.
Shira Lahav, 2nd most aces on the team this year, backs up Zoe Fleck. Bergmark. Parra was there. Parra on the attack. Lahav saves it. Webb off of Fleck as she tumbles to her left. Free ball for UC Davis. There is Webb, and there is Zoe Fleck yet again. And UC Davis is now within 1 as they earn the point.
Now Davis needs to get back to that line and get a tough serve. Great swing here by Damari Webb. Nice chase by the Longhorns, but just ended in a double from Bergmark there, going over the net.
If you're Texas, any chance you maybe think about putting in one of these players we haven't seen tonight, like an Eggleston, an O'Neal, Skinner, etc., or not going to happen?
I mean, I think you can build a lot of character right now, you know? Davis is hanging in, blocking well. Let's get together, let's figure it out. What worked in the first set, right? Parra was doing the short tip over the block. Let's go back to the high hands. They had some great serving from the end line. So I think, let's see what they do. I don't think you need to necessarily go back to the usual starters we've seen right now. I think they can learn a lot and get out of it.
Those players just getting a rest against 4-2 UC Davis. And getting some serious playing time is the freshman Devin Kahahawai.
Beautiful swing here back to that area 1 where the setter is. Out of reach.
Texas has led every moment of this match. Quick turnaround by Newman. Texas was ready. Oh, that one absolutely demolished by Kahahawai right into Utterback. Point Texas.
Deep line before, now going right at the setter's head. Davis setter trying to get those hands up, but just too hot to handle. Had some serious heat on it.
The freshman had played in 7 of Texas's 14 sets on the season heading into tonight. Webb sends this one over to Webb. That one out of play off of Bergmark. Well, it's a UC Davis team that, no matter the outcome, can certainly walk away from tonight with plenty of confidence as they have continued to battle against the #1 team in the nation.
Absolutely, doing some great things here on defense. Those middle blockers are really closing well. Serving game just not on right now with too many missed serves against a top Texas team. But, you know, I would love to see Davis throw a short serve in right now and try to disrupt the rhythm of Texas's offense. Just because you say do a tough serve, it doesn't mean you're hitting it as hard as you can. It's placement, it's putting it in the court that'll disrupt the offense.
Fleck. Webb on the near side. There was the block by Caffey, and the point UC Davis. On the night right now, Texas hitting right around 210. The Aggies 161. But in this set, Texas hitting zeros. Over Kathy Phillips. Tapped it over. That one into the net for Mrdakovic.
Too bad. Chance for the Aggies right there to get a free ball. Got to take care of that ball and try to score the point when Texas gives you one.
So again, Texas hit 476 in the first set. Hitting zero right now. Emma Halter with the serve, but the Longhorns, more importantly, still up by 3, and there's some defense as Phillips and Caffey were there.
Okay, Phillips, just saying you want to do it to me, I'll do it right back to you. But now that is what I call straight down. Nice little step there to the outside. Hands over the net, pressing ball straight down.
Phillips top 3 on the team in blocks and hitting percentage a season ago. And the Longhorns now, feels funny saying it, they're the #1 team in the nation against an unranked Aggies squad, but a little bit of breathing room here in set number 2. But you talked about it is a character building match, it seems like, for a number of Texas players who we hadn't seen too much of up to this point.
Well, it's a great opportunity. I mean, as the season goes along, who knows what can happen, but knowing that you can take some players off the bench who have had playing time and gotten some good experience, and again, character building. So, I mean, the coach having confidence in whoever he looks down the line and knows he can put in and will come out and play the way that they are tonight is a nice thing to have on your roster.
Well, speaking of the #1 team in the nation, on Saturday in the world of football, we will see #1 ranked Alabama come to town to take on the Longhorns. We'll get you started bright and early on Texas Game Day at 9 a.m. Central. We have you covered after the game with Game Day Final and College Game Day in town as well. It is going to be an absolute party at DKR, and hopefully a good contest between the Longhorns and Alabama. Last time the Tide was in Austin, 1922, and Texas won that one 19-10 as you get a look at a huge matchup, to say the least, on Saturday. All of it, at least the pre and post game coverage, most importantly, right here on LHN. Play continues. Emma Halter, the freshman, serving with Texas up by 4. Julia Ng kept that alive. It bounces around on the Aggies' end. Texas setting it up for Melanie Parra.
Gonna be probably a double there. Yep, just double contact. Ball didn't come out very clean, kind of rolling a little bit too much forward. Looked like they were having a little block tea party there for a minute at the net, back and forth.
Longhorns on the 3-0 run. Holly Phillips, 4th kill of the evening. Talked about her performance against Stanford, where she had 10 kills and no errors.
Very efficient. Love this quick little back set back to the pin. Coming in with 1 blocker. Again, Ewert doing a great job distributing that ball. Keeping Davis guessing right now. Last set, Davis was getting to those pins, 2 blockers up, but right now she's really doing a great job with the offense. Keeping the Davis blocker guessing and getting her hitters only 1 blocker up, which obviously is much easier to put the ball away with only 2 hands up rather than 4.
Texas looking to pick up win number 425 in program history at Gregory Gymnasium. Won nearly 90% of their matches here, but it's UC Davis in set number 2, trying to fight back, ending a 4-0 Texas run.
There was one of the tools Coach Connor said Utterback has, a wide range of shots, hits. She has a lot in her toolbox to pull from.
Hayden Bones serving for UC Davis. The Aggies with 10 service errors, which means in the last 2 home matches, the only 2 of the season so far, Phillips with the point. The only 2 home matches of the year, Texas's opponents have committed a combined 29 service errors.
Well, there's one match set victory right there when we go to 25. So, you know, that's the thing with the errors. They really add up. And when you start thinking about it like that, oh, I just gave them half a game of 3 points, or, you know, got to go back and get that serving confidence up.
Set point for Texas, and they'll do it again.
Nice down the line right there by Megan Lynn. Saw it open, turned that shoulder down.
Utterback, set point Texas. Molly Phillips, fantastic dig by Shira Lahav. Tapped by Phillips, halter comes flying in. And the Aggies, no, Texas does end up with a point, and that'll seal set number 2, 25-19.
Megan Lynn lost the balance there at the end and ended up in the net.
So it was a close second set. The Aggies pulling within 1 at one point as you get another look at that.
Just tripped over her feet right there a little bit at the end.
Texas out to a 2-0 lead here as we take a timeout in Austin. In Texas's second home match of the season.
The court, they've given away so many points from the service line, and you know, they get on a roll with some blocks. They had like 3 blocks in a row, getting them some momentum, but then they go back to the line and miss it. So you can't do that against a top team like Texas. Well, there we go. They're starting off with an ace, so maybe they hurt us up here.
I think so. After 10 service errors, they pick up their 4th ace of the night and take the first point of set number 3. Texas, by the way, serving a couple of aces and 2 service errors. That one is in again, back to back.
I guess that was a good pep talk in between games there, because they sure are coming out different than the last 2 games with those aces. And again, a nice deep one here to the end line. It's got a nice float to it, just dropping right as it comes to that end. Julia
Ng, after back-to-back aces, she's got a career-high 7, but Molly Phillips responds with the first point of set number 3 for Texas.
And that's what they count on with Julia Ng is coming in, serving tough. Not only passing the ball well, but getting us some points from the end line. And she did a great job starting the match off with 2 aces.
It's a hot, humid night in Austin, and on UC Davis's end, they continue to work on the floor. We've seen that countless times. Some spots they're trying to clean up as play ready to resume. With the Aggies up, well, not anymore. They get 2-2 after Lahav couldn't handle that one.
I could have used that towel earlier from my walk over here.
You walked from the hotel. Who in the world told you to do that in 90-plus degree temperatures?
I say no names.
Zoe Flex serving for Texas. The block was there. Fleck. And there it is. She matches a career high with her 13th kill of the match.
I mean, from this angle, it looked like she was over on top of that block, and she really got it right by the inside hands of the middle blocker there to put that down right inside the 10-foot line.
The 5'11" sophomore now hitting .440. Molly Phillips.
Another solo block out there on the right side, blocking Davis's outside hitter, Megan Lynn. Coming in, but didn't quite get her usual approach that we've seen earlier tonight. Not as much momentum behind that ball, but Molly Phillips in a good spot.
Phillips with the 2nd most kills of the match, 6, while hitting .364. Para, diving in was Ng to save it. Go back. Para again. He worked. That one stunned her a moment. There's the block again, out of play, point Texas.
Nice turn by Para there at the end with her hand, which made that ball go to the Aggie's outside blocker's hand, tooling it off the block, just out of bounds. A great hit, great decision.
That is a new career high for the sophomore, 14 kills. But a service error by Texas.
And I know the game's not over, but what a way to come out for Melanie Parra, getting the start tonight. Very strong.
Had only played in 3 sets in the first 4 matches total. Bergmark, that is just too much power from the transfer.
Pushing that ball through the Davis block. We were seeing earlier that go down last set. The Aggies just a little bit too slow on that press over the block, so Bergmark able to get that through.
Texas on a 6-1 run to open up set number 3. O'Connor ready to serve. Texas 4 service errors now compared to 2 aces on the night. UC Davis with 5 aces. Ewert setting up Bergmark. And that one off of Utterback and out of bounds.
Nice footwork behind the setter here for the slide play. Ewert pushing that ball right to the pin for Bergmark to get up. And again, not her toughest hit she's done, but just enough speed and off speed of that ball to put it away.
See what Parra can do here with the serve. Top 5 in the nation last year in aces per set. Saw that lethal serve there. Free ball for Texas. Ewert. Bergmark.
And as you mentioned, Parra with a serve, not an ace, but you know what? That was an amazing serve that set that play up for Texas to get the ball back. Free ball here from the Aggies, which gives Texas an opportunity to score.
Aggies got the first 2 points of the set, but it's been all Texas since then.
At UT,
Texas tonight in match number 5, pretty much on par with their season averages. Nicole, which of those stats stands out to you the most?
Well, the side out percentage right there for Texas, 70% on the season, 72% tonight. That means they are getting that ball back to serve a very high percentage. I mean, 7 out of 10 balls they're putting away. And keeping the opponent down. Coach Elliott said they want to keep people down to .150, and they're .123, so I'll say they're doing an excellent job of that tonight.
Impressive. Through 2.5 sets as Texas earns the point. You mentioned Coach Elliott, in case you missed it. Jarrett Elliott out tonight in the COVID protocol, so Eric Sullivan taking his place as interim head coach, the assistant, longtime assistant in his 12th season with the Horns. About to go 2-0 in his interim head coaching career at Texas. Longhorns up 10-4 in set number 3.
Megan Len just a little too much on that one, but trying to come in and get that ball deep to that end line.
Longhorns on a 10-2 run. Parra with a dart. Bergmark got a piece of that one.
Nice swipe there by Devin Kahahawai, coming in and kind of turning her shoulder a little bit to swipe off the double block.
Number 3 recruit in the nation. 4 kills tonight. And the head coach, UC Davis, Dan Connors, momentarily discussing something with the official. The play ready to resume. Connors in his 9th season in charge.
There's a Kong block right there. 2 Longhorns, that ball straight down. Way to follow. Good celebration there.
They're excited. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. The freshman Kahawai standing at 6'4", and standing tall.
There's just a good feeling when that ball goes straight down on the ground and you're the one responsible for it. Texas having the largest lead of the match at the moment.
And the Longhorns now up to 7 blocks. Zoe Fleck. Why? Nearly fooled the defense, but Jade Light somehow got her hand underneath it. Bergmark with power. Point Texas.
Nice defensive effort by UC Davis there, but just not enough. Texas with another opportunity. Quick outside set.
Upon further review, that was close. 13-2 run regardless for Texas. And there is an ace for Melanie Parra, one of the best in the nation at that last year. What a night for the sophomore. An ace.
Awesome serving. I love her little float. Looks like she's gonna do a floater, but she has got a whip of an arm behind that, getting some nice top spin on that ball, bringing it down to the court much faster.
An ace, a career high 14 kills. She's hitting .464 is Parra, and 6 digs as well.
She's got a great serve going right now, giving the UC Davis Aggies some trouble. And although it's not an ace every time, like you mentioned last year, a ton of them, she's putting that ball in a great position, which is setting Texas up to either get a free ball back or maybe an out-of-system play, which is giving them the chance. And we know what they love to do is put the ball away, and they're doing it very well when they get the opportunity.
So Parra getting it done offensively, 14 kills. Defensively, Zoe Fleck, 15 digs. And remember, she came with a very impressive resume when she hit the transfer portal. The 2-time Pac-12 Libero of the Year tells us how she ended up in Austin.
I actually started my career at UC Santa Barbara. I didn't have any Power 5 offers coming out of high school. I was there for 2 years, and it actually was playing Texas in the second round of the NCAA tournament that kind of reignited my love for the game. And so I decided to transfer instead of quit, and ended up at UCLA and had the opportunity to come back for my 5th year, and kind of all come full circle. And I'm really, really grateful to be here.
Fleck was named an All-American last year, more than 1,500 digs in her career. And keep in mind, last week she was named the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. She had 26 digs in one of those matches against Ohio State, the second one to be exact. That was the most by a Longhorn in a 4-set match in 12 years. An impressive start to her Texas career for the transfer from UCLA. Parra serve.
Zoe Fleck dodging that ball with a little matrix move, hoping not to get hit on the way out. And Parra back to the line. She is really getting this serve going, whipping it over the net. When she's not in the front row, she's attacking it well from the service line.
And a challenge coming up by Dan Connors and the Aggies. It was Jade Light, the freshman for UC Davis, on the attack. Let's see if it did catch a piece of Fleck, as Texas right now in the midst of a 9-0 run. Here we go.
Look for the matrix move here, Alex.
Keeping an eye on Fleck. Well, it certainly didn't hit her. They're checking the fingertips at the net. That left hand of Bergmark. Do we see anything? The pinky.
Looks like the pinky goes back.
Yes. Great camera work right there by our crew, as Bergmark and Ewert up there at the net. Connors may have something there, as he's desperate right now with his team down 2-0 and trailing 15-4 in what could very well be the decisive set. Here's another look. What's your ruling?
I'm thinking maybe that pinky's going back. It's a little bit blurry there at the end, but it does look like her pinky was moving from the other angle. From this angle, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it is.
As we await the ruling on the review, Texas with a dominant third set, hitting 727. Remember, for most of the second set, they were hitting zeros, 3 zeros there on that hitting percentage line. But they have turned it around here in set number 3. On the night as a whole, the Longhorns hitting 308, UC Davis hitting 077. So again, the challenge was it touched at the net by Texas? And it was. Upon further review, the point goes to UC Davis.
And UC Davis is going to need some of those aces that they started off this match with right now to inch closer to Texas, but Texas with quite a big lead at the moment. But as we've seen, if they get their block going, they can get some points.
Jade Light, 6'2" freshman out of California, serving. Bergmark gets revenge there with the point.
Nice slide, little shove down right into the middle of the court. The campfire, as we call it. Sitting around, no one there to dig that ball.
Well, Jared Elliott called her the most surprising player so far for Texas this year. That is a season high 9 kills for Bella Bergmark. Riley Heinrich saw a little bit of action in set number 1 in there and helping Texas earn the point. Longhorns pulling away here in set number 3, now up by 11.
Davis needed to control that first contact and get some offensive rhythm going here.
Heinrich off the net. That one hammered home by Josephino, the 6'6" senior out of El Cerrito, California.
Great play by the Aggies here. Nice lift for the setter and just a quick little back A there to Josephine O for the kill.
Couple of blocks to go with 5 kills for the senior. Kayla Caffey comes flying in for the point. 4 kills for Caffey, who's hitting better than 300.
And since that first set with a couple little miscommunications or not good connections, they've really cleaned that up and have a nice thing going right now in that second set and now in that last play.
Jenna Ewert, the California native, serving it up to UC Davis. And setting up the freshman, Kahahawai, with the point for the Longhorns. She's up to 5 kills.
She really came in hard on this kill and put that ball away. Right in between the Davis block. She means business.
Texas absolutely dominant in this third set. Zoe Fleck was there with another dig. That freshman out of Hawaii has so much power. A big reason she was a top 5 recruit in the nation. Make it 19-6 Longhorns.
Hawaii can play anywhere, both left and right. So, I mean, it's great to be able to go in at any spot and contribute to the team, and doing an excellent job at the outside position tonight.
Parra with the dig, but it went straight out of bounds.
Nice rip there from Jade Light from the back.
So Texas getting closer and closer to moving to 5-0 on the young season, fresh off 4 straight victories against ranked opponents to open the year. They're facing an unranked 4-2 UC Davis team tonight, but again, the Longhorns without their head coach, Jared Elliott, and resting 4 starters as well. Point for the Aggies, but all that considered, you called it a character-building performance for Texas when they were getting tested, again, with a number of players not much experience this season, seeing a lot of time, but they have to be pleased as they're getting closer to sweeping the Aggies out of this one tonight. Kahahawai with another kill.
Either side, left or right, she is putting the ball down. Doing an excellent job with a back set there behind the setter. Not such a high one, but a nice tempo set.
She's got 6 kills. That is more than any player on UC Davis's squad. Another freshman, Emma Halter. That gives the Aggies trouble and results in an ace.
And that's the difference right now. The Aggies are not getting those passes and getting the kills. Texas is defensively, I mean, when you have Zoe Fleck out there and the other great defenders, they're flying all over the place, getting their hand on those balls and getting Texas those opportunities to score.
5th ace of the night for Texas. They set up Webb, who responds with a point. So again, after tonight, UC Davis will be back in action tomorrow at Gregory Gym against Denver, who just got into town. And then on Friday, the Longhorns will face Denver. Right here on LHN. Parra shakes that one off. Caffey taps it over with a little bit of help from the net. Fleck with another dig, sliding. Right in the face.
It was almost like she looked at the setter there on defense and then hit it right at her. She came in so quick, coming in quick, and just put the little spin on that ball, hit it to the side and right down that sideline, blasting.
Yeah, Utterback, that nearly caught her. Just got her hand out front in time. Parra ups her career high to 15 kills.
Davis just not able to execute right now on offense. Longhorns serving well from the end line, getting them in a tough spot.
A couple of points away. Fleck. Match point coming up for the Longhorns.
Love that short serve by Fleck, mixing that up, causing some trouble with the Davis offense.
Here we go, set point, match point, Texas. Ewert is there, Fleck, Parra. The Aggies keep it going, Utterback. Ewert, nice moves to her right. Molly Phillips, and this one is in the books. Texas sweeps the Aggies 25-18, 25-19, 25-9. And hold on just a second. Dan Connors doesn't want it to end just yet. He is going to challenge this as the Texas players were on the floor celebrating for a moment.